I will say it's one of the coolest parts of joining this team is starting to get to know this product. And it's one that's continuing to iterate and grow and develop.
Obviously, we have an integration, which is really cool. And we hopped on a webinar together. That was awesome. And so, kind of leading to the fraud piece of things, just because I'm fraud girl, the voice ID is just so cool. So, let's nerd out over that real quick because I think that is like what really sets you guys apart. And I just is so interesting to me on how you guys even came up with that idea. And then kind of talk more on what exactly voice ID is because, like I said, I can nerd out about it all day. So, let's talk about it.
Yeah, so the product lead for it is Roger Boza, who's our chief AI officer. Roger's background is in government contracts and working for government agencies. So I think native to him is this type of strategic thinking and thinking through like identity theft and fraud and understanding the industry. He also has family in the industry who owns brokerages. So he has direct feedback to them and understanding like cargo theft that they've been impacted by, right? So the product is his vision where we're delivering voice ID is the product and it's voice identification, right? Being able to have an agent capture the recording of a carrier who's called into the brokerage and identify based on a database that we hold whether that carrier has called in before to that brokerage or really any that we've captured or who work with us, and then say to the team, hey, this might be a bad actor, you need to do more research. So the current stance for us is giving the broker the data to dive deeper, do additional research. We're saying, hey, this is a flag for risk.
I will say it's one of the coolest parts of joining this team is starting to get to know this product. And it's one that's continuing to iterate and grow and develop. But I will say there have been two pretty high profile, high value thefts within the last month that I've been able to listen, and we've worked with the broker, and they've sent us the recording. And in both cases, we would have thrown a flag, right on that instance where the voice we had it in our database, working with other DOT numbers, right, coming up with other, presenting other DOT numbers, to where pre-booking there would have been a flag, for them. So, we're 2 for 2 on the cases we've seen.
And I'll add to that and say those carriers did pass the compliance tools like rules. So we are an additional layer to say, hey, even while they pass your rules or they might be in your network, here's a flag.
So that luckily the BOL was signed by the driver, and so they still got some push and had to go up the chain. But they're still finding little ways that they can sneak around. So having that insight on that voice ID is just huge because how else would you know?